I used to struggle with dieting, and then one day I just started eating more often. Look, I'm not going to lecture you about like frequencies this, frequency that, meal this, meal that, science and all that. That's not me, okay? I'm just going to share with you what worked for me when I was extremely, extremely big, and then I went lean for the first time, and what's currently carrying me through forward to this cut as well. So obviously, like, my calories were like huge, okay? I was 115 to 120 kilos when I started the journey. I was eating probably, has to be about 4,000 calories. I'm only like 5'10", 5'11". I must have been clearing 4,000 calories easily to be that fat, right? So what I did was, essentially, I dropped my calories, obviously, as you would. You whack it in a calculator, you see how many calories you need to eat. I started eating those and I realized, hang on, it's hour 3 and I'm starving. What do I do now? Because my next meal is in 3-4 hours. Obviously, being a bigger person, you eat a big amount of calories. So right now your systems and whatever isn't really lining up properly. So yeah, I'd find myself binging. I find myself eating loads of random stuff, or when I'd have phases of super high discipline, I would just sit there hungry and pissed off, and I didn't even lose any weight at that point yet. So instead of fighting it, right, your body that's giving you these signals, hear me out. Just give in. Just listen to it. Eat more often. But there's the catch. Here's the catch. Less calories per meal, just spread out. So even now, I'm 78 kilos, 77.6 kilos actually, to be precise. And what I find myself doing is, if I have any cravings or any of that sort, any of the meals that I do have, I'm currently basically eating 6 times a day. So you can try that, eat 6 times a day as a baseline if you wanted to. From 3 to 6 is a big difference. And then basically, if I still feel like I'm hungrier even earlier, or if I want to eat more, that same meal that I've prepped already, I'd have half of it now. So I can have 7 meals that day. Because there's no real like hard and fast rule saying if you eat more than 3 times a day, you're this. It's not like that, is it? You can eat as many times. There's no real timer on it. So yeah, for me, the binging disappeared. I wasn't binging anymore. I wasn't craving for food anymore. And really early on especially, and I would say probably midway through the diet, that was the biggest weapon that I had. I could eat smaller meals, portioned, and I would basically eat 6 times to 7 times a day. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. For this to work, okay, you can't just basically vacuum these meals down, right? You can't just hoover them. The thing that makes this strategy work really is going to be this. You get a smaller spoon, or what I do is eat most things with a fork, unless it's obviously like soup or something. You know what I mean? Just get a smaller utensil than you normally would do. Bang, bang, big spoon, small spoon. I can edit one in probably. Small spoon, and eat slow, okay? When you watch something on YouTube or Netflix, or you're watching my YouTube channel, please put something on that steady pace. Put like a full day of eating, watch like a nice slow movie. Don't be watching any Arnold Schwarzenegger movies while you're eating.
It's cookies! Put that cookie down now!
All right, you're gonna vacuum the food down in 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It takes 20 minutes for your brain to basically say, listen, you're full. We've got food in us, we're completely fine. Because you don't really need a large amount of food to satisfy that. It's just basically, we eat fast often, especially if you're on the bigger side like I was as well. Even now I have tendencies to eat fast because the content I'm watching or the things I'm doing, I'm scrolling, doom scrolling. I am working on that. But what that does is basically you go through food too quickly before your systems even realize how much you put in. In reality, do this as an experiment. When you have some free time, have a banana, right? Not randomly. When you're hungry, have a banana, honestly, and just do something else. Just play a game or something, or just go play with your friends. Just go to the park, kick a ball, do something. And you realize maybe half an hour in that you're not actually hungry. Where before you would have thought, oh man, I need to obviously eat this huge meal because I'm so hungry. You sort of measure the hunger in your own brain in a certain way. The reason I say that is you can even have something so small, and the impact it will have on your hunger or your satiation is crazy. So give that a go. Smaller spoon and eat a lot slower. Here's the caveat though. This will work, guaranteed. There's no 2 ways about it. However, when you do get lean enough, so let's say about 10, 12% body fat, hunger will kind of be prevalent. It's going to be there. But by then, your willpower will probably go through the roof because you have now kind of reached close to your goal, or maybe you're probably at your goal. Physique wise, you look excellent and your training's going well, you're getting compliments, you fit in your clothes, you feel amazing. So the willpower is just that much better. And then you basically put up kind of with hunger. One thing you can do, the smartest thing, which is what I did, was, swap rice for potatoes, swap maybe like Cocoa Pops for oats, any other brown kind of multigrains or whichever would be on this list. Okay, I'm gonna put a list on here because I'm kind of like yapping right now. All right, I've actually got a list of the most satiating foods versus the least. You got cakes and ice creams and all sorts like at the bottom. Obviously, you don't really want to be filling your calories with that. So the best chance you can give yourself is have the foods that are higher on that list, and then work your way down, I suppose, because you can have some elements of like peanut butter, some like ice cream if you want here and there. You can have that on a day where you feel like, you know what, I'm happy to take the hit. I'll feel a bit hungry, but I really want to eat this ice cream. Have a low calorie option and just go for it. Get Ninja Creamy, actually. I've got Ninja Creamy. I'll do a video for that. But those things really helped. And if you are going to stick to rice, specifically this is for rice, people that rice eaters, right? Rice and a fish cake. You guys, basically, if you're having rice, bulk it up with veg. I have veg with potato as well, just because it's good habit. When the food lowers down, you can just keep your vegetables as they are. Veg is very, very filling. Look at the volume of it. You can have basically 100 grams of rice and it'll be like this much. You put like mixed veg in there, spinach, whatever, that same volume is gonna basically increase to this much. So you have more of that physical food in your stomach to take space, because it does have physical space, it needs filling, your stomach, that is. So yeah, that's my take on meal frequency and how often you should eat. Eat maybe 6-7 times a day, and then that will cure most of your diet problems. Like I say, there's a point where this won't work as well because obviously you get leaner, but there's other things that will take you through. So yeah, listen, if you're struggling, give that a go. There's no harm done. You're already struggling if you're having 3 to 4 meals a day. Bump up to 2 meals, spread that food out, see how you feel. Hope you have a great day, and like, share and subscribe if you like this video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.